All right, so today's mobility is the couch stretch. And it gets its name because we can do it on a couch. So the way you do this, you can do this at home. Makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to be in the gym to do this. You're gonna put your knee back up against the back of the couch and then walk this front leg out so that you're trying to get a straight line from your knee up through your hip, up through your torso. So that leaves me leaning forward right here. What we're trying to do in the couch stretch is work on stretching out the quads, getting them lengthened, and then getting into the hip flexor. But you won't feel it in your hip flexors if your quads are too tight. So we want to make sure that we're spending at least 2 minutes per side. So as this loosens up, I'm going to try to bring my torso more upright, and that's going to challenge this stretch a little bit farther. I'm going to work myself more and more upright, but not at the expense of arching my low back. So I don't want to get a banana back just to get my chest up, right? We still want to keep that straight line. That's from shoulder through the hip down into the knee. To do that, one of the ways I can help that is by squeezing my glutes hard, and that pushes my hips forward. And I can do that to kind of add some tension and then bring myself back up. So you do this 2 minutes per side in your house, on your couch, on the phone, watching TV, whatever. If you're not in the house and you want to do it at the gym, here's some options. So we're going to go out here on the gym floor. We've got a bench set up here. So this is going to be similar to being on the couch. It's a little bit easier to get into. It's a little bit more accessible for more people. So I'm going to put my hands on the bench, move my knee back against the wall. Here, let me switch sides so you can see this, knee back against the wall. All right. And then again, I'm trying to push that hip forward, squeezing my glutes, trying to create that straight line down my side. As it loosens up, I can start to bring myself more and more upright. Right now, this feels pretty tight. If I brought myself more upright, it would just be by arching my low back. So I'm going to hang out right here for a while and let that loosen up. As I'm doing 2 minutes on each side, as it gets looser, I can come up a little bit farther, and try to challenge that a little bit more. But then I'm not trying to let my hip go back to the wall, right? I'm squeezing my glutes, pushing my hip forward as I come up. Okay? If that's not too bad, the way we normally do this is down on the floor. So I start with my hands and knees, put that knee back against the wall, bring it down into the corner. And there's 3 different levels of progression here. So I'm gonna start here on the floor, hands on the floor. I'm gonna bring this knee forward, this opposite side forward, so then I can push that hip forward and down. And that's gonna give me a good stretch through the hip flexor and through my quads. This is where I wanna start. Maybe I'm gonna spend a minute here, letting that loosen up. Then, if that's loosened up a little bit, I'm gonna bring this other leg up into a lunge. Okay? Whew. Now that adds quite a bit more stretch to the front side of this hip into those quads, and that hip flexors are stretching a lot. I'm getting a good dose right here. And I'm gonna hang out here. And maybe this is as far as you can get, and that's okay. We're just gonna spend 2 minutes on each side. And then if this is not too bad for you, and you can bring yourself more upright, you can grab a PVC pipe and come all the way up. But we don't want to be hinged forward, and we don't want to be arching our back to get our torso upright. This position here is actually a little bit better for me because I have the, wherever I need the flexibility, it's not as bad as when I was down here trying to push my hips forward. So I would actually spend more time here because that seems to be where I'm stiffest. All right. So those are kind of 3 variations of the couch stretch that you can do. Pick whatever one works best for you and do 2 minutes on each side.